Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson is 18-11 as a pro. She is, how fucking old is she? 37, I believe. And she's given up 3 inches of height and 3 inches of reach to 36-year-old Marina Rodriguez, who is 16-3. Marina, she suffered a few losses as of late, 16-3. She's got one TKO loss to Amanda Lemos. That was Amanda Lemos's big win that got her the title fight, where she just steamrolled her in round 3. I know steamrolling is probably reserved for round 1 finishes, but it was a third round finish where she just attacked Marina, cracked her with a big punch, sent her back into the cage and pounced on her. That's the only time Marina's been finished. Her other 2 losses are to Carla Esparza and Verna Jandidroba. And as you might imagine, she gave up a lot of top position in both those fights. That's her primary weakness as a fighter. She's Nick Diaz, pretty much, she's, susceptible to being ripped to the mat and out-wrestled. And she's not the most physically imposing fighter. Never has been, and probably not getting there at age 36. But she is still the younger fighter here. And on the feet, Marina Rodriguez is better than Michelle Waterson. She may not be as diverse as Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson is a karate fighter who can fight sideways or whatever. But Marina Rodriguez has really, really sharp hands and really fast hands. They're faster than they are sharp. That's her best trait as a fighter. She's gotten a few finishes, 6 TKOs and her 16 wins, but mainly she's a point fighter just because of her build and the weight class and whatever, and she's got just such an excellent work rate. Really excellent work rate. Marina Rodriguez, she's a girl who I always said before she got there was made for 5-round fights, and she beat Michelle Waterson already, by the way, in a 5-round fight, and now here she's getting a rematch in a 3-round fight. And I feel like it's a little closer. Not just because Marina lost to Verna Jandidroba and Amanda Lemos recently, but because it's 3 rounds. And Michelle Waterson knows it's 3 rounds, and she knows what she has to do, which is hit 2 takedowns and make them count. In their first fight, it was the Marina Rodriguez show, but in round 4, Michelle Waterson hit a beautiful takedown and took the round and had good control over Marina Rodriguez. Marina is no fish out of water on the ground. I'll always go back to that Darce choke she hit on Mackenzie Dern when Mackenzie Dern finally got her down. Marina, but she definitely doesn't want to be on her back in any fight, because if the Darce choke from the back doesn't work out, which it's probably not going to, she's just got 1 submission victory, she's overpowered when she's on her back. No doubt about it. Michelle Waterson, she's 18-11. 37 years old. She's got a lot of mileage on her. And, she's been in the sport for a long time. She was TKO'd once. That was in 2009. So take that for what that's worth. She has 4 submission losses and 6 decision losses. She's been a little more submittable, but still, they happen few and far between. The 2 in the UFC are to Rose Namajunas and Amanda Lemos. Lemos finished both these girls. Lemos got her out of there with a guillotine, and Rose Namajunas with a rear naked choke in round 2 after a head kick. But Michelle Waterson, look, she's still a very well-rounded fighter. She's just up against it physically in most fights, even against a girl like Marina Rodriguez. Michelle Waterson can be the stronger fighter on the inside, but she's still just stature-wise. She's up against it, and she's going to have a hard time getting on the inside. She is more explosive between the 2 of them, I'd say. The better athlete. And there's a chance that's a difference maker if it is takedowns, because she's going to need sharp takedowns on Marina Rodriguez. And Marina, trust me, she's been doing nothing but sharpening her takedown defense this last year or so. After that loss to Verna Jandidroba. Why do I commit to saying that? Just say fucking Verna. We'll move on. But here in this fight, I'm expecting Marina to win. Even though it's a 3-round fight and I consider it closer, I expect Marina to win. I think she's a girl that still, despite being 1 year younger than Michelle Waterson, she's a younger fighter, and I trust her work rate a lot more than I do Waterson at this point. Her striking, although more basic and whatever than Michelle Waterson's karate shit, it works. Fundamentals work, and she's got the height and the reach to back her up here, and she's precisely the kind of girl that can make use of that height and reach. Sometimes it's like, oh, this guy's got 12 inches of reach, and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. She'll make the most of every inch, and she's got 3 of them here with height and reach against Michelle Waterson. Great volume striker, great distance control. Michelle Waterson can try to throw that off with her athleticism and her funky movements, but she's going to need to figure out a way to strike herself into a well-timed takedown early to win this fight. But I'm picking against her. Again, I'm going with Marina Rodriguez. I think the fight looks similar to how it looked in the first one. I don't think we're going to get a finish here, and I think Marina wins on points, largely in a stand-up affair, if you can imagine that. But Michelle Waterson has the value on her side. I'm not betting at all Marina Rodriguez. Michelle Waterson, her decision line is something I might consider playing because she's definitely at a good value, her money line at plus 225, but I'm pretty sure if she wins, it's by decision here. Again, I don't think she's got the power of Amanda Lemos or the overall physicality to win with her grappling against Marina Rodriguez. So Marina's the pick. Maybe I'll bet on Michelle by decision, but in general, I'm staying away from this one. 3 rounds, whole new wrinkle to this fight. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.